A leader emerges. Xi Jinping's early life and political ascent. Born in 1953, Xi's early life was marked by both privilege and hardship. His father, Xi Zhongxun, was a prominent CCP official. However, Xi also experienced the turmoil of the Cultural Revolution. Sent to work in the countryside, this experience had a profound impact on Xi. It instilled in him resilience and a deep understanding of rural challenges. Rising through CCP ranks, Xi's leadership focused on economic development. By 2008, he was vice president, seen as a rising star. Xi's journey to the top was carefully calculated. In the next section, we will explore how Xi consolidated his power. The making of a paramount leader consolidating power and crushing dissent. Xi Jinping's ascension to the CCP's top position in 2012 marked a turning point in Chinese politics. Initially perceived as a potential reformer, Xi quickly consolidated his power and silenced dissenting voices. He launched an unprecedented anti-corruption campaign, purging both high-level officials and low-ranking cadres. This campaign served a dual purpose, eliminating potential rivals and strengthening Xi's grip on the party. Xi went further by amending the Chinese constitution in 2018, removing term limits for the presidency. This move effectively allowed him to rule indefinitely, breaking from the two-term limit established after Mao Zedong's death. Xi took control of the military, the media, and the internet, effectively silencing any form of dissent or opposition. He introduced strict censorship laws, cracking down on freedom of speech and assembly. Human rights activists, lawyers, and journalists faced arbitrary detention, enforced disappearances, and unfair trials. Xi established himself as the unquestioned leader, with absolute authority over all aspects of Chinese society. Critics argue that it increases the risk of arbitrary rule and undermines the rule of law. The following sections will delve deeper into Xi's ideology, his ambitious global initiatives, and the challenges confronting his leadership. Xi Jinping thought reshaping China's ideology and governance. Central to Xi Jinping's rule is his eponymous ideology. Xi Jinping thought on socialism, with Chinese characteristics for a new era. This ideology, enshrined in the CCP's constitution, represents a significant departure from the reform-oriented approach of his predecessors. Xi Jinping thought emphasizes a return to strong, centralized leadership, with the CCP firmly in control of all aspects of Chinese society. It promotes a vision of national rejuvenation, aiming to restore China to its former glory as a global superpower. Economically, Xi advocates for state-led development, with a focus on technological self-reliance and reducing inequality. However, Xi's ideology also includes a tightening grip on civil liberties and freedom of expression. His government has implemented stricter controls on the internet, media, and academia, stifling dissent and independent thought. This ideological shift has significant implications for China's domestic and foreign policy. The next section will explore one of the most ambitious manifestations of Xi Jinping thought, the Belt and Road Initiative. The Belt and Road, China's ambitious global infrastructure project. The Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, launched in 2013, is arguably Xi Jinping's signature foreign policy initiative. It embodies his vision of a globally connected China, exercising its economic and political influence across continents. The BRI encompasses a vast network of infrastructure projects, including roads, railways, ports, and energy pipelines, spanning across Asia, Africa, Europe, and Latin America. China presents the BRI as a win-win initiative, fostering economic development and cooperation among participating countries. It provides much-needed infrastructure investment to developing nations, facilitating trade and economic growth. However, the BRI has also faced criticism and skepticism from the international community. Critics argue that the initiative lacks transparency and often burdens developing countries with unsustainable debt. Despite these criticisms, the BRI remains a cornerstone of Xi Jinping's foreign policy agenda. In the following section, we will delve into the economic challenges confronting Xi Jinping's China. Section 5. Economic Challenges, Navigating Slowdowns, Debt, and Inequality. Despite impressive economic growth in recent decades, China under Xi Jinping faces significant economic challenges. The country is grappling with slowing growth, rising debt levels, and widening income inequality. The trade war with the United States, initiated during the Trump administration, has further exacerbated these challenges, disrupting global supply chains and dampening economic activity. Xi's government has implemented various measures to address these issues, including fiscal stimulus packages, monetary easing, and structural reforms. However, the effectiveness of these measures remains to be seen. Moreover, the COVID-19 pandemic has dealt a further blow to the Chinese economy, disrupting businesses and slowing down growth. Another pressing issue is the growing property bubble, with soaring housing prices threatening financial stability. Addressing these economic challenges will be crucial for maintaining the CCP's legitimacy and ensuring continued public support. In the next section, we will explore how Xi Jinping's government utilizes technology for social control and censorship. Section 6. Social control and censorship, maintaining stability in the digital age. Under Xi Jinping, China has witnessed an unprecedented expansion of surveillance and censorship. The government has harnessed technology to monitor its citizens, restrict access to information, and stifle dissent. The Chinese government employs sophisticated technologies including facial recognition software, artificial intelligence, and big data analytics to track its citizens' movements, online activities, and social interactions. This vast surveillance network is used to identify and suppress any potential threats to the CCP's rule. Censorship has also reached unprecedented levels under Xi. The government has erected a great firewall that blocks access to foreign websites and social media platforms deemed politically sensitive. This crackdown on freedom of expression has created a chilling effect on Chinese society, discouraging open discussion and critical thinking. The following section will delve into the Taiwan question, a core issue in China's foreign policy, and a potential flashpoint in the region. Section 7. The Taiwan question, a core interest and a potential flashpoint. The Taiwan issue is a perennial challenge in China's foreign policy and a potential flashpoint in the Asia-Pacific region. China views Taiwan as a breakaway province that must be reunified with the mainland, by force if necessary. Xi Jinping has made it clear that resolving the Taiwan issue is a top priority for his government. He has intensified military pressure on Taiwan, conducting frequent air and naval exercises near the island. Xi has also stepped up diplomatic efforts to isolate Taiwan internationally, pressuring countries to sever diplomatic ties with Taipei and recognize Beijing as the sole legitimate government of China. Taiwan, on the other hand, maintains its de facto independence and has vowed to defend its democratic way of life. The United States, while officially adhering to the One China policy, has continued to provide Taiwan with military support and has expressed concerns over China's aggressive actions. In the next section, we will explore China's assertive foreign policy under Xi Jinping and its implications for the global order. Section 8. China, on the world stage, assertiveness, alliances, and global ambitions. Under Xi Jinping's leadership, China has adopted a more assertive foreign policy, challenging the existing global order and promoting its own vision of a multipolar world. China's growing economic and military might has given it the confidence to pursue its interests more forcefully on the international stage. Xi has championed the concept of a community of shared future for mankind, promoting China's model of development as an alternative to Western liberal democracy. He has also strengthened ties with countries in Asia, Africa, and Latin America, expanding China's diplomatic and economic influence. However, China's assertive foreign policy has also led to increased tensions with the United States and its allies. The trade war between the two countries, territorial disputes in the South China Sea, and China's crackdown on Hong Kong have strained relations and raised concerns about a new Cold War. In the final section, we will examine the future of China under Xi Jinping and the potential turning points that lie ahead. Section 9. The future of China under Xi, uncertainties and potential turning points. As Xi Jinping embarks on his third term as China's paramount leader, the future of the country remains uncertain. Xi has consolidated his power to an unprecedented degree, but he also faces significant challenges both domestically and internationally. Economically, China must navigate slowing growth, rising debt, and the ongoing trade war with the United States. Socially, the government must balance its desire for control with the aspirations of its citizens for greater freedom and autonomy. Internationally, China faces pushback from the United States and its allies over its assertive foreign policy and human rights record. The choices that Xi makes in the coming years will have profound implications for China's trajectory and its place in the world. The world watches closely as Xi Jinping charts China's course into uncharted waters.